Life swings like a pendulum, backward and forward between pain and boredom. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. What people commonly call fate is mostly their own stupidity. Wicked thoughts and worthless efforts gradually set their mark on the face, especially the eyes. There is no doubt that life is given us, not to be enjoyed, but to be overcome, to be got over. Reading is thinking with someone else's head, instead of one's own. Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become, and the same is true of fame. Sleep is the interest we have to pay on the capital, which is called in at death. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as being self-evident. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. To desire immortality is to desire the eternal perpetuation of a great mistake. No rose without a thorn, but many a thorn without a rose. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Ordinary people merely think how they shall spend their time. A man of talent tries to use it. Everyone takes the limits of his own vision for the limits of the world. Honor has not to be won. It must only not be lost. A pessimist is an optimist in full possession of the facts. How shall a man be proud when his conception is a crime, his birth a penalty, his life a labor, and death a necessity? We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack. Every possession and every happiness is but lent by chance for an uncertain time, and may therefore be demanded back the next hour. Life is a constant process of dying. If a man does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. Happiness consists in frequent repetition of pleasure. It is a clear game to sacrifice pleasure in order to avoid pain. Satisfaction consists in freedom from pain, which is the positive element of life. Nature shows that with the growth of intelligence comes increased capacity for pain. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. It is only with the highest degree of intelligence that suffering reaches its supreme point. Money is human happiness in the abstract. A sense of humor is the only divine quality of man. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone. Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. The longer a man's fame is likely to last, the longer it will be in coming. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. It is only at the first encounter that a face makes its full impression on us. If we were not also interested in ourselves, life would be so uninteresting that none of us would be able to endure it. If you want to know your true opinion of someone, watch the effect produced in you by the first sight of a letter from him. One should use common words to say uncommon things. The two enemies of human happiness are pain and boredom.